Hi everybody, my name is Irene, and if you're brand new here, welcome to True Crime by Irene. In this channel, I create videos predominantly for those who are interested in true crime stories, such as myself, as well as crime victims. I equally make videos to create awareness in order to prevent future reoccurrences of crimes. Now, let's listen to the story of Emmanuel Ikakwe and Jennifer Osagi. A couple of weeks ago in France, the French police made a gruesome discovery in the residence of Emmanuel and Jennifer when they went over for a welfare check. It is said that they discovered dismembered body parts of Jennifer in the refrigerator, guys. This is getting serious. Now, the big question is, who killed Jennifer? For starters, Emmanuel and Jennifer have both been cohabiting for a very long time, and this relationship has reproduced 3 amazing kids. It is said that in the West, this kind of relationship is being referred to as common law partners. It is not legal, but to an extent, the government recognizes them. Jennifer, on the other hand, was said to be a very dedicated mom who puts her kids at the top of her scale of preference. She is involved in every aspect of their lives, from dropping them off at school, bringing them back home, hanging out with them. As a matter of fact, she enjoys the company of her children. So, a couple of weeks back, when relatives and friends of Jennifer were trying to reach her on the phone, but all attempts were unsuccessful, they had to call her spouse, Emmanuel, to find out what was going on, because it was unlike Jennifer not to pick up her call or not to respond to missed calls. So when they reached out to Emmanuel came out with this story saying that, oh, Jennifer traveled and that's why she's not been able to respond to your messages, but when she's back home, she's going to get back to you guys. But sources close to Jennifer were like, oh, this looks so suspicious, because the Jennifer we know is never gonna travel without her phone. Besides, she's that kind of person who always keeps her family in loop of what is going on in her life. So it is practically impossible and unacceptable for her not to tell them where she's going to or what she's up to. So at this point, family and friends of Jennifer decided to, contact the French police to make a report of a missing person. The police, on the other hand, went to Jennifer and Emmanuel residence to do a welfare check. It is said that when they got there, they met Emmanuel on his way out. He was about to discard trash, and they said, oh, they wanted to talk to him and find out about his wife, and he said that they should just give him a sec. He's on his way to, discard trash, and he's going to be back in a jiffy. Of course, the police trusted him because they know he's also interested to know what's going on. When the police waited for quite some time and Emmanuel was not forthcoming, of course, he already absconded because he knew the aftermath of the crime he just committed. So the police decided to open up the door and get into their apartment. So while they were doing their search, they decided to open the refrigerator to do further investigation. To their greatest surprise, a horrific discovery was made when they unraveled the plastic bags that were in the freezer. Guys, When they opened up the refrigerator, a horrific discovery was made. When plastic bags in the refrigerator were unraveled, they discovered butchered body parts of a human. And they decided to do some forensic check, and it was confirmed by the French police that these body parts belonged to Jennifer Osagie. Now, a couple of weeks later, Jennifer's husband came out on social media to tell his part of the story while he was on a run. He said that he didn't mean to kill his wife. It was an accident. Jennifer stepped on a banana peeling and fell on the floor. She hit her head and automatically died at the spot. And in order to prevent himself from being apprehended by the police, he decided to dismember her body part like she was, I don't know, is it bacon or meat? I don't know what to say. And this guy kept her in the refrigerator. As a matter of fact, people have been calling that he kept making excuses. Whereas Jennifer was in the refrigerator in that same house. Guys, this is becoming more serious. He also went further by saying that he was living happily with his wife until when the wife made friend with a certain lady whose name was not mentioned. And he said that this lady gave his wife a lot of bad advices, and they were trying to throw him out of the house. Like, in the West, women have some favor, baby, right? So, in the West, the law favors women a lot. And this guy said that Jennifer and this friend of hers were conniving to throw him out of the house. He also said that he has been a very dedicated husband and father to Jennifer and their kids. He was a great provider. He was making sure that Jennifer and the kids had all their basic needs, and they were living a happy life together. Now, the big question is, if you are this wonderful husband, you are a great provider, I believe Jennifer in turn would treat this man like a king. It is practically impossible for Jennifer to want to throw you out of the house. Now, this is not the only thing he said about. He said he was unhappy. Jennifer was not giving him peace and blah, blah, blah. He was trying to paint this bad picture of Jennifer, and as well as to make himself as the victim here. These kind of guys are very dangerous. When you see a man trying to create pity party, then that is a big red flag. So, moving on next. The other side of the story from sources close to Jennifer said that Emmanuel was a very hostile guy, and he seizes every little opportunity to pounce on Jennifer. So they do not believe that is what actually happened. They said that presumably both of them went into an argument, especially for the fact that he's been saying that Jennifer has been changing the password of her phone. And Emmanuel, on the other hand, was struggling to get Jennifer's phone, probably to check who is texting her or who is calling her. And as they were struggling, he accidentally hit her and she died. And so in order to conceal this crime, Emmanuel decided to, cut her into pieces and hide her in the refrigerator with the intention of disposing her body parts bit by bit. So when this didn't go on well, because the police caught him before he could escape with the crime, he felt that if he comes out to tell his own story, he's gonna be found innocent. But no, guys, that's not what happened. Obviously, Emmanuel knows what happened to Jennifer. It is so sad that Jennifer herself is not there to give her own part of the story. However, I believe that Emmanuel killed Jennifer, be it accidentally or premeditatedly. That is, it is concluded that he is the killer of Jennifer, because if he wasn't responsible for the death of Jennifer, he should have tried to resuscitate her either by calling the ambulance or by calling the police to see what they can do. Like it is said, an innocent mind fears no accusation. If you are innocent of a crime, you won't be running away, because after thorough investigation, they will find out that you are truly innocent. Guys, I keep telling people, if a relationship is not working out, it will never work. It is better to move out with your life intact. It is better to move out with your sanity intact than to end up in pieces like what happened to Jennifer. As we all know, domestic violence is escalating as the years goes by, and I won't encourage anyone to stay in a violent relationship. Every marriage has their own pros and cons. They have their own, good and bad side, but violence is the most disturbing, side of any marriage. When it becomes violent, it is good to walk out and stay in there. Imagine now, Jennifer's kids have become motherless and probably fatherless, because it is said the police apprehended Emmanuel and right now he's under police custody. So it's true, he's not dead, but he's going to be in jail probably for the rest of his life. It's true, he's not dead, but he's going to stay in jail for probably the rest of his life. And what becomes of these innocent kids? Imagine these kids growing up knowing that their own dad took away their life of their mother. This is going to be something they will never forget in a hurry. Alright guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, so whenever I post a new video, you're gonna be the first to notify. Coming up next is the story of Dwayne Jones, a young Jamaican teenager who lost his life in the year 2013, and up to today the case is not resolved. So see you in my next video. Bye bye. Ciao.